Hey, what's up, YouTube? Gonna crack some more cars. It's probably the last video of the day. I'm getting pretty tired. I'll have some other stuff, other content for other videos for this week, but we're gonna crack some GreenLight here. So this is County Road Series 7, which hit in 2012. This is a 69 Dodge Charger Daytona. I personally think GreenLight makes the nicest Charger Daytona in 1:64 scale. I have not seen the Ertl collectibles, which is now, I think, the tooling for who is it? Racing Champs, which I don't have. I never did find that one. So good news about this is that the rubber band didn't even slightly affect the paint. It's number 1248. I don't have, I think I only have 3 of these. This is my 3rd one. Nice roller. That is a sweet car. What a beast. Never did care much for the front end on that. But, you know, happy to have it. Really nice detail on these GreenLight cars. Okay, so there's that. This one here, most of these were 5. In fact, they're all 5 except for one. One is 6 and one is 4. So the average price, I have 6 of them. The average price is $5 a piece. So I'm fine with that because that's below retail. So this hit in 2017, and this is some kind of hobby exclusive or something like that. This is the Holmatro. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's a name that I'm not familiar with, but it's an awesome casting. It is a Chevy Silverado safety truck. Notice though, there's some like oily substance with like fingerprints. It's actually pretty common though with GreenLight cars. So this is pretty cool. It's a decent roller. I don't think that 10,017 is the number, but I could be wrong. I don't think they made that many of them, but check out the grill on this thing though. That is insanely cool. I don't think I have any Silverados that have this type of a grill. This is a pretty badass truck. The only other Silverado safety truck I have is the Shell Racing Hitch and Tow, but you can see in the back here all the safety equipment with the hoses. Just really cool that they do stuff like this. So, anyways, that is pretty awesome. I like it. I like this truck. I'm happy to have it. Got the bow tie on the hood. So that's another awesome addition. This one here, this one goes way back, 2007. It's from Muscle Car Garage, so it's before they had the GreenLight Muscle, which I think kind of replaced this. But back when they were doing this, there was, I think, 12 cars per series, and it was called Stock and Custom. And you would have a stock version of the car, and then there would be a custom version of the car. I only have 1 or 2 of them. The packaging looks like this. You can see this. This packaging is wrecked. It's like it's been sitting in a garage for the last 11 years. I'm not the biggest fan of this tooling. I think I only have gotta get the card out. I think I only have one of these Challenger concept cars that was already okayed to me from Paul Roselle, and it's an orange one. I don't know though, that looks pretty badass though. To me though, this looks more like a Cuda than a Challenger. It's funny because this is just a concept, and then when they put the actual car out, it definitely looks different. It's not like a whole bunch different, but I dig this, though. I actually really like this one. I don't care much for the Bumblebee graphics, but not too shabby of a die-cast car. Huh. I like it. Really nice roller. GreenLight's quality control back then was so on point. Number 792. I don't know how many of these were made. Not a ton. Probably 3,000 or so. We'll do this one next because it's kind of stays on that theme of... it's basically the same series. Actually, it's the same Series 4 too. So another one from that same release. This is a tooling from GreenLight that I do not have. It is my goal to get at least one example of every tooling. This was $5. This is also from the stock and custom, and it's also a custom variation. I don't think I have any of the stock from these releases. Pull the card out. So this is definitely cool because, as I said, I don't have this tooling, the 63 Chrysler 300J. It's a very unique tooling, and it's something GreenLight hasn't put out in a long time. First thing I notice is I got a really low number. Number 72. So this is also from 2007. Excellent roller. Excellent detail. Does have an opening hood. Excellent detail. Now, what I don't like about this car is the top. That plastic top, I'm not a fan of that, but what that means is that this car was also released as a convertible. I do prefer to have the hard top to the convertible. The reason I don't like them is because it's glued on, and I have one that's like coming up right here. It's a Cuda. And it's a 2016 car. And because of that, I have little faith in the plastic tops that they'll stay on. Even though I'm sure I probably have a couple dozen of them. And all of them are fine except for the one. But I actually really like this car. I like the style of the car. Pretty uncommon in die-cast form. Not, you just don't see these. I don't know that anybody else does this car. It's got a really nice stance. I like the wheels and tires. I like the colorway with the two-tone blue. I actually really like this car. There was another guy at the booth next to mine, or not next to mine, but next to the booth that I bought this from, that had the same car. And that was kind of odd because this, these old GreenLight cars are not easy to find. I think he was asking $1 or $2 more for his, and I don't know for sure, but I would venture to say his number probably isn't quite this low. So I think I got the right one. There's absolutely no issues with the car, and I'm very happy with it. I actually like that car quite a bit. I love adding new toolings. This one, I have this tooling. I have all these toolings except for that Chrysler. I've seen this one on eBay a time or two. It's not real expensive. It's an early Hot Pursuit. But I like the livery on it, the Edmonton Police. I'm sure it's a pretty hot car up in Canada, or at least it was. I'm so glad that GreenLight switched its packaging and doesn't do this anymore. I hate this old packaging. So this car is pretty awesome. It's another really low number. Or no, I'm sorry, I was looking at it upside down. It's not a low number, but it's a nice even number. And I don't see these too often. I do have a few. It rolls, but not the best roller. This one, like the Chrysler, this one has a plastic top as well. That is a pretty awesome livery on this. Oh, maybe that's what's causing it. Look at that tire coming off the rim. That's an easy fix. Oh, yeah. Much better. I don't know. That's just a really cool livery. I like the way that the red, white, and blue looks on the black. So, interesting Ford Mustang. What year is this one? 2008 Ford Mustang GT. Alright, 2 more GreenLights. This one here from Volkswagen Club VW Series 4. It is the Gulf Oil Volkswagen Beetle. I never did get this one. One of the few Gulf cars that I don't have. Although, with the amount of Gulf cars they've been putting out lately, I'm not going to keep up with it. It's going to be too hard. This is number 6787. It does have a metal base, so that's pretty cool. I think it's 6787. Yeah. Rubber tires. Got the black wheels. That is a pretty sharp looking little car. The Beetle looks good dressed up in Gulf. But then again, I don't think there's a single GreenLight Gulf car that doesn't look good. That is rad. Really nice roller. I like the black bumpers on it. That's a nice touch. It is always chrome, so getting black, I like the look on that. The Gulf badges are real subtle there. Sorry, I got a piece of skin hanging down. I was cleaning out my car and went to pick up some trash, and there was a... I don't even know what those things are called, but you know when you take the lid off of like a bottle of water or a bottle of soda, and then there's that little plastic ring? I always pull those off because they drive me nuts. And there was one of those on the floor, and it had the little like perforated things that tear off the lid itself pointing up. And I went down to grab a handful of trash and stabbed my thumb. It sucked. It hurt. And it bled. It bled like... I haven't bled that much in quite a while. I was surprised. Anyways, enough about that. Yeah, that is weird. I don't know if I've noticed that before with any of these bugs, but a huge gap there. You can see all the way through that rear wheel well. But I don't know. I really like this car. I like it. It's a cool little addition. The last GreenLight car, this one, I've been eyeballing on eBay, and it's not expensive at all. I think you can get it on eBay for under $10 shipped. It's from 2016. It's another exclusive. I think it's a hobby exclusive. But anyways, it's the 25th anniversary edition Chevy Corvette. And at first, I was like, it's a 1978 25th anniversary. But yeah, when you think about it and you realize that the Corvette started in, what, 53? I didn't think they were around that long, but they certainly were. This is amazing. I love these wheels. Wow. Now, I think Johnny Lightning did this car. It's not nearly as nice as this one is. This is actually sick. I'm not even like a huge Corvette fan. But this car... Alright, here, I'll put it down so y'all can see it. Number 2145. A lot of it is the colorway with the black on silver. But if you look at the wheels, they've got a red ring or a red lip around the wheels. I don't recognize these wheels from GreenLight. So I don't know if it's a new wheel tooling for this car. But I cannot think of another car from GreenLight that has these wheels. The detail on this thing is really, really nice. The stance on it looks really good. Front end might sit a little bit high, but it's kind of disguised a little bit with that skirt thing. I don't know what those are called, but yeah, the detail is great. I have this casting. I have a few vintage Corvette castings from GreenLight. This one is easily my favorite. Nice roller. Really sharp looking car. So what are we? We're at 19 minutes. What else do I have? I'll just crack a couple more cars that I know you guys will be interested in seeing, because one of them is going to be that Ertl Camaro. We'll crack that one open and take a look at it right now. But before we do that one, I want to do this Johnny Lightning. Whoa, Corvette in the way. Johnny Lightning, Blair Witch 2, Book of Shadows. I think it's a Chevy, but it could be a Ford or a Dodge, I guess. I did not pay $8 for this car. But even if I did, I would say that $8 is a fair price for this piece. Wow, that thing is killer. Champion DJK, you're going to have to get this van if you don't have it. Any of you van collectors, this might be a must-have for van collectors. So it's a 2000 GMC 2500. It is a metal body with a metal base, with rubber tires, with tread. There's the bottom. Alright, this is a sick van, I have to say. A lot of little plastic doohickey things. You know, you got the safari rack, the light bar with the KC lights. If nothing else, this would be a great donor to make some awesome customs. I don't really care for the little cross things there. The livery, I don't mind at all, really. This looks like a camo wrap. So, and I like the wheels. Not real sure what this thing here is. Some kind of antenna or satellite or something. I don't know. But I really like the van. It's a cool looking van. And I don't think it would look as cool without all the accessories. Although this thing here up front looks kind of goofy. The big push bar with the... I don't like how squared it is. They should have... But it's based off the van from the movie. And I have not seen this movie. I saw the first one in the theater back when everybody thought it was real. That was my senior year of high school. There was a ton of hype about that movie. The way that movie was marketed was just genius. And for some reason, I didn't feel let down when it came out that it was all fake. Because I actually went and saw that movie believing that that was real. Everybody believed it was real back then. I don't know. That's a cool van. Definitely a cool van. I like it. I do like it. There are no brake light details. That's a little bit disappointing for a Johnny Lightning piece. But there's so much detail everywhere else that I can overlook that. Alright, let's look at this Camaro, and we'll wrap this video up. So, how am I going to open this? I would have had this cut open already, but I wasn't really planning on showing this car in this video. Alright, so this is circa 2000 as shown last night in the video. This is Ertl American Muscle. I did not pay $10 for this. '70 Camaro Z28. In the package, it looks like the nicest 1:64 scale 1970 Camaro that I've ever seen. But sometimes, 90% of the time, they look better out of the package. But there are those rare times where you get it out and it looks worse. I don't think that this will be one of those cars. I think I got it cut enough. It does come with a plastic little display stand. Yeah, it's just, that thing is just awesome. This will be a collection keeper. In other words, this thing will not leave my collection. Okay, let's take a look. We don't need this thing here. 1970 Camaro Z28. Opening hood, opening trunk. So these cars are put together like 1 to 24 scale model kits, but just on a smaller scale. So basically what that means is the engine, I know that it's not showing up on camera, but this thing has a red engine block with chrome valve covers. It's 1 to 64 scale. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Usually the valve covers are part of the engine casting. So that's the amount of detail that they put in these cars. They are assembled like a 1 to 24 scale model car. And that includes the drivetrain, the engine. The engine block and the transmission might be the same piece. But the exhaust, the gas tank, all of those are extra pieces. The suspension, rubber tires with tread. The engine and transmission are separate pieces. So it's a really nice roller. I'm leaving the hood and the trunk up on purpose. I'm always nervous closing them for the first time because you never know. But let's see how they close. Okay, the hood closes perfect. I always have more issues with the trunks on these. Both of them close up perfect. Well, the hood does have a slight issue on the passenger side. Not a big issue, but that is a killer little car. I think of every car I've cracked open so far on camera, this is my favorite. It's a really nice roller. A little bit of a wobble. Not sure if that's an axle issue or maybe some flashing on the wheel. No, it's definitely an axle issue. But that's alright, because I don't roll these things around. I just display them. The side view mirrors are also separate pieces. Look at the detail. Those taillights. Get it in the light here. There's the little hood issue right there on that corner. Real subtle. It's more noticeable on camera than it is to the naked eye. This thing will still display really nice. Transparent lens insert headlights. It is the split bumper. I don't know if they all were or what, but I know I hear people talk about that with the Hot Wheels. But anyways, really cool car. I really dig it. So far, it's my favorite, but we do have a bunch more to crack open. Not sure how much more I'll be doing tonight. I might get another video in once we get the kids to bed and all that good stuff. We'll see. But if not, no big deal. We'll be back in a day or two with some more diecast content for all you diecast junkies like myself. Just to recap, we've got the GreenLight Chrysler, an awesome car. I actually like that car a lot more than I thought I would. Got the Ertl American Muscle 1970 Z28, the Gulf Beetle, Silverado, Dodge Challenger Concept. Some pretty cool stuff. So, alright, well, thanks for tuning in and checking it out. The next video, I probably have 2 or 3 more videos left. This thing here will be a video on its own. And then I have 4 Auto World cars that I'd like to crack open. and a Schuko, and then obviously I have the Kyosho. So, anyways, thanks for checking it out, and I will holler at you all at the next video.